Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby. I have something a little special for you today. I got my hands on the MagicCon 2024 Secret Lair drop, which includes the Mystery Booster 2 set, which is brand new, and the only way to get this set is either by buying this box or going to a convention and actually playing with it. I'm gonna be opening up this box. We're gonna be taking a look at all the boosters, and I hope you're excited for it because I know I am. Without further ado, let's begin. All right, let's just immediately start opening this box up because I'm actually extremely excited about this. I'm not always a big fan of Secret Lairs, but I think this is actually a really cool product. And one of the reasons I like it so much is that it's still actually available. It hasn't completely sold out. So if you do want this, at least as of filming, it was still currently available. Now, I want to go over a little bit what actually comes in this box before we dive into it for those of you that may be unfamiliar. So this is going to come with a full booster box of the Mystery Booster 2s, which are brand new, and I'm very excited, and this is gonna have a mix of a bunch of different cards in it. I'm not fully familiar with like everything that's supposed to be in these, but it's gonna be a wide range of things. It also comes with 3 collector's boosters in it, which we're gonna open before we get to the Mystery Booster. It has a Wild of Eldraines, a Commander, and a Lost Caravan of Ixalan. And then there's also some foils. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and cut into this. Seal broken. Oh my gosh. Revalue sale lost. Welcome to your own personal MagicCon. I'm very excited. Immediately we're seeing some of our bonus cards, our fancy promo cards. And I actually really like the art on a lot of these. We'll open these up in a second. We have the drop series, which this is our rainbow foil edition card. So we'll open this here as well. We do have, as I mentioned, our 3 collector's boosters. So the Commander Masters, which I think is the one I'm probably the most excited for. The Lost Caravan of Ixalan, I actually don't know much about, but the Wilds of Eldraine I've opened a few times and I do love it. So I'm very excited for all those. And then the Piece de Resistance Mystery Booster 2. All right, so we're gonna save this obviously for last. Let's go ahead and move our box over there. We're just gonna set, it's gonna be tantalizing you over in the corner. What we're gonna start with are our promo cards because I just wanna get these out of the way. I think they're really pretty. I don't think these have a huge amount of value because literally everybody who buys this set is going to be getting them. So I can't imagine there's gonna be like a huge market for them.
I believe it's just for the art.
Yeah, but I really think the art's super cool. I'm just trying
I think one of them Swords to Plowshares, which is in like almost every white commander deck.
Got it. So we've got Ponder. Just a cool sorcery card. I love this style of art. I don't know why he's eating donuts, hot dogs, and a very thick Chicago style pizza, but I do enjoy it. Swords to Plowshare, which is the white that you said that was really good. And this art really, really reminds me of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Oh yeah.
In style and aesthetic.
Looks just like Bird.
It does, and I really like that. We also have a basic plains, of course, with some floating black lotuses.
White lotuses.
White lotuses, I guess.
I recall that sort of a lot, like, other than people who are just upset that the pack doesn't come with as much as the previous ones, the previous conventions in the box, the basic land has a few people.
Yeah, this I don't get. Like, it's not
even hollow.
It's not even, exactly, that's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, it's not even a foil, so what's the point? And then, of course, the final card is the Convention Maro, which is one of the playtest cards, which you can't use in anything but, like, casual play, right? All right, so those are our...
I believe every booster pack in the Mystery Booster 2 has one.
Yes, it does. Yeah, all of these cards, like the 3 that we just looked at and the 4 or 5 that we're about to look at now are going to be identical in every set. It's when you get to the boosters that things start being a little bit different. So here are our amazing, adorable, foil anime chibi style planeswalkers. And I'm very excited to see these. Let's take a peek. So first off, we got Rhea, Dawnbringer. She's so cute. Love that foil, love that hollow. This one, I think he might be one of my favorites. Orvar, the all form. He's so adorable. And I love the blue and foil looks really pretty. Drana. Okay, maybe she's actually my favorite because she is also a black and she's got a lot of purples, reds, and blacks. And those are like literally my 3 favorite colors. So maybe she's actually my favorite. Then we've got Lavinia. Sorry, I said that wrong. And then Omarth. the locust of creation. I think he's just a blob. He just kind of looks like
he's a locust of creation. A locust, not a locust. That's different.
He looks very elemental to me. And then finally, Llanowar Visionary. I don't remember this one actually. Is this?
It's an elf.
Oh, okay, I don't remember. I remembered looking at the preview to see what was coming in this, but I don't remember him specifically. I remember all the chibis, but not him specifically. But he is very cool. So let's go ahead and jump into our collector's boosters immediately. I'm gonna start with the one. Sorry,
this is great for a green ramp.
That's awesome. Oh yeah.
What he does.
When Llanowar Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card. And then you can tap him to add green mana. Yeah, that actually is really good for green with ramp.
Llanowar elves always tap for green mana, but
is that their thing? Is that
like the basic like beta card that's called Llanowar Elves does that.
That's
the really freaky looking elf art from the side.
Oh,
that looks almost Geiger-esque.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the original Llanowar elf.
Got it. Okay, I have seen that. All right, so we're gonna start with the Ixalan booster pack because I don't know as much about this one, so I'm kind of curious to see what is in it. I assume it's gonna be a lot of dinosaurs because I think Ixalan is like a jungly dinosaur plane. All right, so we've got a golem to start us off. Oh, and then we're gonna flip us over. Okay, is it double-sided? Did I get? Oh, I also got a map.
Cool.
That's kind of cool.
You can get a trash.
Oh, of course. That's just the thing. So that's empty. Here you go. Other trash. All right. Let's get back to this. We got a Hunter's Blowgun, the River Herald Scout, Ancestor's Aid. That's kind of cool looking. Octolan Landmark, an artifact. Got really excited for a second. I was like, ooh, a land? I feel like land is always really good. If you get any sort of like fetch land or those kinds of things, always good to be able to add to commander. Spyglass Siren. The Bat Colony. Aw, that's cute. Ooh, Sorcerer Spyglass. That's a pretty looking card. I got a basic Plains in the most honestly, I didn't think this was a card at first.
I didn't think it was an ad.
I thought it was an ad. Because of the way that it looks. Ooh. I don't know if this is valuable or not, but I like that it's a full art. Scythe Claw Raptor.
You're definitely right about dinosaurs.
Yeah, definitely. Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel, so like a flyer, a siren pirate. That's cool. Terror Tide is one of our rares. Looks pretty neat. We also got Tributary Instructor. Ooh, Skull Spore Nexus in a sort of Mayan design. This is sick. Oh, I know this artist. That's so cool. I didn't know that she did. I didn't know she did some stuff for Ixalan. That's really cool. I have followed this artist, Mono Robot, on I think like Instagram or Twitter or somewhere. It might have been Tumblr actually. Yeah, and I think she did an entire line of like the Pokemon characters in a Mayan style.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did. She was really, really like this style was popular, and I love that she ended up doing. I think it's a girl that did it. I love that the artist ended up working on some magic stuff. That's cool. And then we also got a Shiny Plains, as well as Restless Prairie. So we did get a land. This enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a green and a white. You can pay 4, including a green and a white. And Restless Prairie becomes a 3/3 green with a white llama creature until the end of turn. It's still a land.
Okay.
Whenever Restless Prairie attacks, other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
Oh.
Interesting. That's really cool. Also, beautiful card with full art. So loving that. Don't know if we got any like super amazing pulls for Ixalan, but I liked seeing it. Now, next we're going to go ahead and open the Wilds of Eldraine collector booster. I'm a little bit more familiar with the cards in this because I've gotten some of them. I don't remember off the top of my head what is like the most valuable of this particular set, but I'm excited to look through it. So we've got our token food to begin with. Ooh, Descent of Dragons. All right, starting off with our rare. Dude, that's a really cool looking card. I really like that. That looks really cute. Oh, Prismatic Omen. Well, what I will say is I don't think I've seen these cards previously in my other collector booster opening. So at least I'm getting some new stuff for this one. That's really cool. So we got an enchantment, another enchantment, Virtue of Strength. It's got 2 things that you can do with it, it seems like. Very nice. Food Fight! What an awesome looking card. All right, then we've got Devouring Sugar Maw. That is a donut with a terrifying mouth. All right, Vampiric Rites. Great, because I'm looking at building a vampire deck because I have a bunch of Crimson Vow set boosters behind me. And I've been slowly opening those whenever I've got an itch to open a pack and been building my vampire collection. So that will be useful. Intangible Virtue. God, I love the art on these cards. That's even that basic land is really cool. All right, so Gallant Pie Wielder, Picnic Ruiner, a Howling Galefang. These are all uncommons. Now we're into our commons. Water Wings, Burrow Naughty, Cooped Up. God, the art still is really cool. And Sleight of Hand. These all feel very like they could synergize with like my D&D sets because I think D&D and the vampire sets are the ones
there should be a fair amount of crossover.
Yeah, there should be absolutely a fair amount of... Oh, this goes over here with that. Okay, last but not least for our collector's boosters before we get into the delicious mysteries too is going to be the Commander booster. Now or the Commander Master set. I don't think I've opened any of these before, have we?
Not in recent.
Okay. I'm very excited for this. I think there could be some potentially very cool stuff in here. We'll find out. All right. We've got the Obnixilis of the Black Oath. That is our token. Is he double-sided? He is. Oh, we got an Eldrazi Spawn. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't actually think we have too many of those, so that'll be nice to have. So let's go ahead and get started with our pack. We've got Abundant Harvest, a Goliath Sphinx, Supernatural Stamina, a Brade, nice instant, Tromokratis. That looks like a giant crab. Oh my god, the Megala crabs. They can never leave us alone. That's a Final Fantasy 14 joke, I'm sorry. Isreth the Awakener. Oh, she's cool looking. I like her vulture that's there. We've got a fancy mountain. Oh! Kodama's Reach. Full art. It's a common. That's weird. But it's cool looking. We've got Path of Ancestry, another common, but it's a land. Nice. Return to Dust. Instant target exile, artifact, or enchantment. I mean, I do like removal spells, and I don't feel like I use enough of those. So maybe I'll add that into a white deck. Serapha Skyblade, a nice legendary angel. It's one of our first rares. Ooh, Nekasar the Mindrazor. I have no idea if this is a good card. I have no idea if this is a good commander, but I do like the art a lot. Then we've got Rise of the Eldrazi. It's one of our rares, full art, very cool. Ooh, Spectre Seeding, a nice land. And then, last but not least, the Treasure Nabber. I like this little monkey guy. He's cool. He is a goblin. Oh, I'm sorry. He's a goblin. My bad. I misspecied him. A goblin rogue. Very nice. Okay, so those are our collector boosters. And they were lovely. But we should move on to the Mystery 2 booster. Let's do it. Let's open this bad boy. We've waited long enough. The anticipation.
Knife is there.
I don't need it. I got it. My nails were sharp enough. Unsealed. Booster box open. Look at them. So, what's the word?
Take a break after each stack.
Absolutely. Majestic is unassuming. They are unassuming because they're black packaging. You have no idea what you're getting in here. It's just gonna be cray-cray.
I mean, it's from a wide range of sets.
It is. That's one of the reasons that I'm not 100% sure, like, everything that's in here, because I don't remember. Like, I remember it being a large collection of sets, which I think is standard. I think the Mystery Booster 1, which I have not opened any of, also was from a wide range of sets. So let's go ahead and we're gonna separate the packs out. We're gonna start with this one. Get those off camera just to keep everything clean. All right, are you ready? We're gonna crack into our first mystery booster too. Super easy to do.
Oh my god, it's full of magic cards.
Oh my god. Magic.
It could have been G.I. Joe.
You know what? It could have, and that would have been terrible. So M14 is what we got for the first one. So Sentinel Silver, Imposter the Sixth Pride. That's kind of cool looking. A Muddle of Mixture. Ooh, that's cool. Wall of Tears. Stormglade Crusader. Dude, the art, like, I love some of this vintage art. Crypt Champion. I don't even know how vintage it actually is. I say that as if I know.
Year is at the bottom.
Oh, you're right. Let's see. This is a 2019, so not even that vintage, but I still like the. It's very obvious that Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering go through like phases of and styles of art.
And we're in very digital photo real right now.
Yes, and I kind of miss this kind of stuff that we're seeing from like the late 2010s, I guess. Because these all have been from the late 2010s. Although this is a newer one. Let's see. I don't recognize that symbol though, so I'm not sure which of the new sets this is from. Spy Colony. Now this is one of the older ones. This is 1998. Just look at that. It looks so cool. Like sometimes I get it. The art is a little like derp on occasion because there's like it's older, but there's a certain vibe to that I just miss. We got Haywire Might, which looks really cool. Unstable Frontier. Ooh. Aussie, the Tyrant of Gear Strait. So this is our first mythic. So we started the pack with a mythic. That's cool. It's a blue-green creature, Serpent. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card. Honestly, that's not bad.
That's a good combo.
That's not bad. Let's see. We also got the Wishclaw Talisman as a rare. So this one is from...
Our white border.
Yeah, this is our white border. So this is from...
There'll be one white border in each pack.
Got it. Okay. So that looks cool. Then we've got... What is the... I remember seeing... Is this the mystery symbol? Is this just like... It's just a question mark. So is that specific to like the mystery booster?
That means it is specific to the mystery booster set.
Okay. So we got... Here's our specific to the mystery booster then. We also got another playtest card.
Yeah,
That's cool.
You get one playtest and you get one future sight.
Got it. Okay, so the Many Deeds of Belznalock. These are always okay. So
read it.
Okay, so this one is an enchantment saga. First, you get to exile up to one target saga card from a graveyard. Copy its chapter 1 ability.
Oh.
Then you get to exile up to one target saga card from the graveyard and copy its chapter 2 ability. And then you get to exile up to one target saga.
Okay, so you get to make a saga out of sagas.
Yeah, which is very cool, actually. That's kind of fun. I like that. I actually think that could be a viable potential thing to do. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going with our pack opening. Feudal Souls. Angel of Vitality. She's pretty. Rise from the Tides. Ghostly Flicker. Ooh, Young Necromancer. When is this from? 2021? All right, fair enough. I like it. Ooh, I like that one too. The Skullport Merchant. Oh, I think this might have been from the... Yeah, this is the D&D one.
Wait, Skullport.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
That's under Waterdeep.
That is. That's why he looks so familiar to me and why I like him so much. Whoops. All right, Hellspark Elemental. That looks pretty cool. Reckless Impulse. Then we've got, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera there. We have a 1997 Jungle Lion, Dawn Treader Elk, the Conclave Mentor. Our first rare, the Coffin Queen, Zombie Wizard. You may choose to not untap Coffin Queen during your untap step.
A Coffee Queen you always have to untap.
Yeah, Coffee Queen you do always have to untap. And then for 3 mana, including 1 black, you can tap her and put a target card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. When Coffin Queen becomes untapped, you lose control of Coffin Queen, exile that creature. Ah, okay. Whiteout. Instant. All creatures lose flying until the end of turn. Sacrifice a snow land. Return whiteout from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, that's not bad. So it's our white border for this one. Now for our specific to the mystery booster, we have Serum Powder.
To be fair, the whiteout is also specific to this booster.
Oh, got it. And then Toddler's Rage. We've got Enchantment Aura Flash. The enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and has a tantrum. It's like Trample, but for blocking. Okay, fair enough.
So it's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it's like
Weird.
I feel
you can hurt yourself on your own turn.
Yes, that is kind of the way that I think that reads. All right, let's keep going. See what else we got. Swift Justice.
Whoa, Serum Powder was interesting too. Did you read this?
I don't think I read it,
yeah,
but
please read that.
All right, so Serum Powder. Artifact. You can tap it to add a colorless mana, and anytime you could mulligan and Serum Powder is in your hand, you may exile all the cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. You can do this in addition to taking mulligans. Oh.
So if you drew a first hand with that card in, but all the other cards sucked, you could then exile all those crappy cards from your deck.
Uh-huh. And yeah, and like,
yeah.
Dang, okay.
I don't know how, you'd have to build for it really weirdly. But.
You would. Echoing Truth. These are just our commons and uncommons, so we're probably not like gonna get.
Well, once again, the intention of this product, to speak to it, is meant to be a draft product.
Yeah.
So, and like I'm seeing that when I'm separating these cards, you're getting 2 green, you're getting 2 black, you're getting 2 red, you're getting 2 white, you're getting 2 blue in each one.
I am actually seeing that because literally the last 2 cards we just looked at were both red. The next 2 are both green.
Yep.
Ah.
And sometimes if there's a dual color card, then that will take one of them replacements. But
oh, I like that. Okay, this is actually, I like Symbiosis, this green card that we got from 1998. It's an instant, and target 2 creatures just gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Just nice that it goes for 2. I like the art on it.
Simple back then.
I know, right? Sky Shroud Elite gets +1/+2 as long as the opponent controls any non-basic lands. All right, which is very likely. These are some good cards. Pure Sight Marrow, nice. So for our rare this time, we got Doro Maka's Command. Choose 2. It's an instant. Choose 2. Prevent all damage to target instant or sorcery spell would deal this turn. Target player sacrifices an enchantment, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So some nice command there. So for our white border, we got the Reliquary Tower. It's a nice land. You have no maximum hand size, and you can tap it to add a colorless.
Yeah, that's a normal card. That's a reprint.
Makes sense. Temporal Manipulation.
Ooh.
I think that's also a reprint.
Wait, what does that do?
This is a mythic. It's a sorcery, and take an extra turn after this one.
That card's banned.
Well,
cool.
They put it in here.
What year is it from?
It's from 2024. It's specific. It's the mystery booster.
From the mystery.
Yeah, because it's from the mystery booster.
Okay,
so
cool.
I also like that this one has like the mana weirdly off to the side here instead of up on the top corner like they normally do.
Well, yeah, because it's the future sight borders.
Oh, they all did that. I hadn't really noticed it until for some.
Sight was basically like magic had gone to the magical future.
Oh.
And so those were like the borders of the future.
Of the future. I got it. Okay, and then for our test card this time, we got a Sliver of Hope. It's a creature. It's a sliver. Slivers you control have hope. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures with hope. So they just can't.
Great for a sliver deck.
Yeah, great for a sliver deck. And I was like, oh, I know slivers is a thing. So like.
Yeah, it's the Eldrazi like.
Oh, is that what they're tied to? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like,
it's the Eldrazi like symbiotes.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Someone who knows magic lore way better than me is gonna get so angry at me saying that.
Okay, well they can correct us in the comments and give us some engagement. That would be awesome. So do that. Tell us all of
I gotta look up that temporal manipulation because I know that card was banned. I'm like, is it valuable or nothing?
Definitely do so. And I'm going to keep going through these commons and uncommons here in our next pack. Ooh, that one's a cool looking one. Is that from 1993 to 2011? Or 2001, I mean. Celifid Broker. Target player draws 2 cards and discards 2 cards from his or her hand. Okay, cool. Undead Augur. Lovely. It took me a moment to realize what was happening on this, but it is a elf. Well, it looks like a tiefling, but it says elf warrior, so I'm gonna believe that it's an elf. But she definitely has horns, and that makes
temple manipulation's worth like $20.
Oh, sick! Well, that's awesome. But she's riding a horse and shooting an arrow. That's what's happening. Unexpected windfall. That's one of our D&D ones. Nice. Scrotia Cat. This is from 1993, so an older one. It gets a +3/+3 as long as you control no untapped lands. Oh, so it's like, okay, you don't want to do anything in your first main phase that taps lands, but you do everything in your second main phase and attack with this first, so that it's a 6/6, which is pretty nice, actually. That's pretty cool. We got a horn sliver. Hey!
It's 5 costs, though. I don't know if 5 costs for 6/6 is actually...
You know what? That's okay. That's
with a condition?
With a condition, that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. However, we have gotten another sliver, so my sliver deck, my future sliver deck is growing, I guess. All slivers gain trample.
Sliver decks are expensive, man.
Dude, I've heard that, actually. All right, so we're getting into our rares soon. We have this sorcery as our uncommon, and then this is a common. Never mind. There's our rare dress down. So we got a nice enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, I get to draw a card. Creature loses all its abilities at the beginning of the end step. Sacrifice dress down. All right. For our white border, we got the hollow one. I like the art on that. That's cool. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card you've cycled or discarded this turn. Okay. Energy Flux for our future sight card. All artifacts you have at the beginning of the upkeep, sacrifice the artifact to pay unless you pay 2. All right, fair enough. That kind of sucks. Jeskai Baller. Oh my god, I love that art. She's so cute. She's a human athlete, and when you cast a spell, create a 1/1 white athlete creature token. And she has Rebound. If you cast the spell from your hand, exile it as it resolves. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you may cast the card from exile without paying its mana cost. All right. I really think the playtest cards are quite fun in their mechanics.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's sort of the point of them.
Right? It is meant to be the idea, right?
All artifacts have, not just your artifacts.
Yes, all.
I see on that future sight card.
All right. A quarter paladin. Ooh, that's cool art. I do miss the old art from Magic. I wasn't into Magic at this time, but it is gorgeous. It's kind of the same thing where I always miss the old GW art. All the
second and third
stuff, all the stuff that Blanche did, and everything like that. So, Peregrine Drake. That's cool looking.
Peregrine.
Peregrine. Peregrine. Peregrine Drake. Flying when Peregrine Drake.
Like a peregrine falcon.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that word spelled out. Okay. When it comes into play, you untap up to 5 lands.
Hey.
So you could untap the lands you used to pay for it?
Yes.
Because it costs 5? That's wild.
So you have to have 5 to do it, but if you do, it's free.
And then you get to do something else with those 5 lands. That's pretty awesome. Legacy's Allure, another older card that looks really cool. It's a terrifying goblin. Beseech the Queen. All right. Ooh, Nezumi Grave Robber. Why is this card? Oh. What? Okay, so it also has Night Eyes the Desiccator. So I've never seen a card like this before.
Oh yeah, I think it's an either or.
That's really cool. So you can either have a rat wizard or a rat rogue. Interesting.
It depends on how he wants to, go into his secondary education.
I understand that. About face. This looks pretty cool. Abrade. Vine Mare. Ooh, fancy. Spore Mound. The Witherbloom Apprentice. That looks really cool. Gareth One Eye. So we have another mythic, legendary creature, human wizard.
Gareth becomes a planeswalker later, right?
I think so. At least he kind of looks like he should be.
Yeah, Gareth is definitely a planeswalker.
Okay, choose a card name that hasn't been chosen from among the Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, or Black Lotus, and create a copy of the card with the chosen name. You may cast the copy. You may still pay its cost.
Whoa.
You still pay its cost.
Whoa.
You can just create a Black Lotus?
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's insane. All right, we got Brain Freeze for our whiteboarder. Target player mills 3 cards, and Storm. I don't know what Storm does.
Storm's that thing where you draw cards and then cast for free.
Ah, okay. And then we have the Pact of Negotiation. This is an instant.
Sorry, that's Cascade.
Yeah,
Storm is you track how many spells you've cast that turn.
Uh-huh.
That determines a value, and then you can do things based on that value.
Okay.
So if you're like a red deck or a blue deck and you threw like 5 little spells, then you throw Storm and it gets like a bonus of 5.
Got it. That makes sense. All right, so we got Pact of Negotiation, a nice blue rare for our out of time ones. Counter target spell. It's an instant. At the beginning of your next upkeep, pay 5, and if you don't, you then lose the game. Oh my god. Well, that's a win condition card for sure. And then, oh my god, that art. God, I love it so much. New Master of Arms. Creature, human soldier, first strike. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by blocking creatures that are tapped. And then for 2 mana, you can tap the creature blocking New Master of Arms. Amazing. I just really like the art for all of the playtest cards. They're so good. All right, let's pick up our pace a little bit. We've gotten through like, what, 5 packs or something so far? Let's go. Destroy Evil, Twin Paladin, Moon Circuit Hacker. That's really cool looking.
I think Garth was in a commander deck. He's not worth anything.
Ah, okay. Flux. That looks really cool. Charcoal Diamond. That's cool.
What was that one?
Charcoal Diamond.
Oh.
Charcoal Diamond comes into play tapped, and then you can tap it because it's an artifact.
It's a mana gem, right?
Yeah, I think so. You can tap it to add black mana to your pool and play this ability as a mana source. Yeah, so it's a mana gem. That's really cool. I've never got it's not like the Mox.
Where is it from?
It is from 1996.
Okay, so it's an older one.
Yeah, it is definitely an older one, but I don't think it's like the Mox collection or anything like that. Because I know
the Mox Diamond, but I think it's a different color.
Oh, okay.
So that might be like a later version of it.
That's really cool. If it is, that's awesome. Dwarven Miner. We've got a Mercadian Downfall. Nice instant there. Land Grant. Tower Above. Grizzly Salvage. All right, so for our first rare, we've got the Herald of Secret Streams, a merfolk warrior, my gosh. We have Mental Misstep for our white border, counter target spell with mana value 1. Triumph of Ferocity for our Future Sight card. An enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card you control. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control so if you control a creature of the greatest power on the board, then you get an extra draw. Then you get an extra draw. Okay, for some reason my brain misfired hard there and I was not comprehending that card. All right, we've got a land processing plant. The art on these is so good. It enters the battlefield tapped, and when it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, untap processing plant. Otherwise, exile the top card of each opponent's library. And you can tap this to add a white, blue, black, or colorless. So it does not work for red or green.
Whoa. That's a land.
That is a land.
That's a land that does work.
It is a land that does work. Absolutely. All right. So now we've got Constricting Sliver. That Sliver deck, it's gonna happen. Ossification, Eldrazi Sky Spawn. Dude, that looks sick. Supreme Will, I like it. Falcon Wrath Noble. The Sling Gang Lieutenant.
Oh, that's the really handsome merfolk.
Yeah, he is very handsome, isn't he? A nice shaman here. We've got a Scrapwork. Oh my god, what a good doggo. Very nice. Massive Might. Jiraga Tree Speaker. Very cool. Cryptic Spire. A land. As you create your deck, circle 2 of the colors below. Cryptic Spire enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add 1 of the mana. Oh, so they literally want you to mark this card. That is hilarious.
Well, you do it on the sleeve.
Yeah. Oh, good call, good call. All right, Bad Moon is one of our rares. We got an enchantment. Black creatures get +1/+1. Honestly, not terrible. Thespian Stage as our white border. It's a nice land. You can tap it to add a colorless, and then it becomes a copy of a target land, except it has this ability. So for 2, you can tap it, and it becomes a copy of a target land, except that it has this ability. Interesting. Then we have Show and Tell. It's cool looking art. And finally, Hish, the Snake Cult. Look how buff that snake is. He's so proud of his muscles. Nagas and serpents you control are snakes. Will errata this to be true. Snakes you control have Daunt, Death Touch, and Poisonous 2. A creature with Daunt can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. And whenever a creature with Poisonous 2 deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Honestly, not bad. Pretty strong little playtest creature, if I do say so myself. All right, last pack of the first of 3 stacks for the Mystery Booster 2. Let's see what we get in this one. Ghostly Prison, Chastity, destroy all attacking creatures. You gain life equal to its power. Holy shit. That's a really good uncommon. Halimar Wave Watch, Body Double. Oh, that's a cool looking piece of art. Blood Fountain, Bushmeat Poacher, Sting Scourger, Bronze Plate Boar, a Wirewood Channeler. Very cool. I really do like this art from the 90s. Skull Mulcher, nice. Savage Lands. I think I've seen this actually in some of my commander decks. Crystalline Crawler, which is our rare. It's a construct. Then we've got for our white border, Thorn Bite Staff. Looks pretty cool. We've got the Winds of Change. A single cost red. Each player shuffles the cards from their hand into their library and then draws that many cards. All right. So a way to mulligan without having to mulligan, I guess. And then Orbs of Origin. It's a poly artifact. For 2 additional mana, add 1 mana of any color. Oh, this costs 0. I just saw that this costs 0, and I was like, why is it doing that? Because
you can convert, like, if you end up in a circumstance where your mana flooded with green,
but you need like a white or something. Oh my god, I could have used this card yesterday when I was playing against the Chaos Cultist.
There's something to be said, though. The mentality is if you're already losing.
I mean, yes, but like it would have been nice because I had nothing but green spells in my hand and 0 forest on my board, and it was devastating. Hey guys, I'm just jumping into the video to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content that you find here. And if you're into the spicier side of the hobby, then I invite you to join my VIP page. New subscribers get 50% off their first month's subscription. I hope to see you there. Now, let's go ahead and get back to the video. Number 2, let's begin. Set them over here. Get this started and just rip into these packs and see what we got. I've really been enjoying these cards so far. I think the playtest ones are actually some of my favorites just because they're so wacky. And they just seem wild to actually put into a deck and run. I definitely want to do that in a casual game at some point. But let's keep going, see what we got. Ancestral Blade, Elspeth Smite, Serum Visions, Familiar Ruse. That's cool looking. Oh, look at the face. I hadn't like grokked that at first, but that's so cool. Nizumi Prowler. Ooh, Peat Bog. Peat Bog comes into play tapped with 2 depletion counters on it. Tap to remove a depletion counter from Peat Bog and add 2 black mana to your mana pool. If there are no depletion counters on Peat Bog, sacrifice it. Okay. Okay, so you can really only use this land like twice, but you can use it for like double the amount of land it's worth normally, like as a single card in that period. So interesting. Light Up Stage. Very nice. Swarming Goblins, another D&D card. Overgrowth. Nice enchantment here. Elvish Harbinger. Oh, I like the art. Dude, I really do think I very much enjoy the 90s aesthetic that they had. It's a little bit more, it almost feels colored pencil-like to me. And I really, really enjoy that. All right, so we have a Stang. Is this as one of our characters here? Wake Thrashers are rare. Ooh. Dude. I really like that merfolk. Whenever a permanent you control becomes untapped, Wake Thrasher gets a +1/+1 until the end of turn. Okay, that's kind of cool. So for our white border, we have Cathar's Crusade. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature. Oh my god. That is quite good. It's expensive. It's a 5 cost. But every time a creature comes in, you would put a +1/+1 on every creature you control. So you could get, like, if you got tokens coming in or something, like that could get brutal fast. All right, Eater of the Dead. Oh my god, he's so cool. He's a horror. And for 0, if Eater of the Dead is tapped, exile target creature card from your graveyard and untap the Eater of the Dead. Dude. So you can make him block again, which is pretty good because he's a 3/4. That's actually, I like that. That's a cool card. And then Naturalize 2. Instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, emblem, or gameplay tracker. Trackers include play aids such as dungeons, city blessings, the monarch, and monarch. When you destroy it, the associated object or designation is removed from the game. So you just could, like, if somebody was running dungeons or something in a D&D deck,
if you
and you had
hate
this
day-night.
Oh my god, yes. If you hate,
could blow up the sun.
And just be like, nope, it doesn't happen anymore. We're in perpetual night.
Well, say, would you have that do that as a short? Like, you wanted the most powerful card in Magic? It's Naturalized 2. With this, you can destroy the sun, the One Ring, eradicate irradiation from the wasteland. All of it can be done with just one card. I wish I was as hot as you were so I could actually deliver the shorts. Anyway.
I wish you could too, because you deliver them so much better than me. All right, we've got Tireless Tribe, which is Spartans. Those are just Spartans. All right. Generous Gift. Oh my god, it's a little elephant. Majestic Metamorphosis. Cloud Djinn. That's really cool. Weaponcraft Enthusiast. Yep, that's accurate. I would believe that. Dothy Embrace. I love the colors on this card. Holy cow. Rock Slide. Those are... okay, if you say those are rocks, I'll believe you. Dwarven Hammer. Compost. Hunger of the Howl Pack. Pearl Shard. Artifact. For 3, you can tap it, or for 1 white, you can tap it and prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to the target creature or player this turn. Okay. We got a Mythic with a Rhino. Gired Conclave Exile. When Gired Conclave Exile enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 green Rhino creature token with Trample. And whenever he attacks, populate. I don't remember what populate does. The token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. To populate, create a token that's a copy of the creature token you control. Oh.
Yeah, populate's like cloning or something.
Oh, it is. Yeah, so you could clone your 4/4 Rhino with Trample, and then you could just have a bunch of 4/4 Rhinos with Trample every turn. My goodness.
As you do.
Elvish Spirit Guide is our white border. That is a beautiful looking card. Exile Elvish Spirit Guide from your hand and add a green mana. Okay, so just some nice mana gain there. Grinding Station is our uncommon for our future sight. Call from the Grave. God, the art on these playtest cards is so good. Put a random creature from a random creature from a random graveyard into play under your control. Call from the Grave deals to you an amount of damage equal to that creature's casting cost. So you get punished for it, but you could potentially pull something wild out of one of your opponents.
I mean, a commander especially.
Yeah, no, that seems like a very fun.
You have enough health to do it.
Absolutely.
Grinding Station's beautiful.
Yes, it is. The cards, these cards have been gorgeous. And I know a lot of it's the old art and everything, but like it's really nice to see them bring them back and use them. Because like these all just look so cool. Rush of knowledge. Oh my God. Yeah, when knowledge just beams in through all of your orifices. Your ears, your mouth, your nose, it's only coming in through one nostril apparently, or the center apparently.
Deviate septum.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Dark Triumph. If you control a swamp, you may sacrifice a creature instead of paying Dark Triumph's mana cost. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Okay. Lampad of Death's Vigil. Very cool. Lightning Mauler. A Needle Drop. Gamekeeper. What does this do? It's an elf. When Gamekeeper, game is in like animals. I was thinking of like a dungeon master.
The forest master.
Forest master. Oh, a werebear.
Where?
A werebear right here.
But where?
In the forest. He's knocking down trees, but you can't hear it. Letter of Acceptance. It's our common. Ooh, a Johnny.
I think I have that.
I actually was like, I think we have this card. I think this was from War of the Spark. This is a War of the Spark card. I recognize the symbol. Cool. That's awesome. I think this is one of the all art, like anime-ish ones. Or something like that. I don't remember. We got a mythic for one of our white borders. The Soul of Theros. It's an avatar. It's got vigilance. And for 6, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain first strike and lifelink until the end of the turn. Or for 6, you can exile Soul of Theros from your graveyard. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain first strike and lifelink from the end of the turn. So you can do that twice basically with him. That's really cool. Collected Company is our rare for our future sight. And then we've got a Penumbra Umbra. It's an aura. It's an enchantment. You can enchant a creature that you control, and when it is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, create a token that's a copy of an enchanted creature, except the token is black. Umbra Armor, if enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. Okay, so it's kind of a keeps it alive for one more round.
Turn.
Yeah, an extra turn. Very neat.
Good for that card. You need to just survive one more turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of situation.
Which I think, like, because this set is meant for draft, like, that would have been a really good draft card to have pulled. All right, so Exile. Oh, Temple Acolyte. That's so cool. I like the stained glass, like, drawing in the background. Why is the text so bold? When Temple Acolyte comes into play from your hand, you gain 3 life.
It's an old card.
All right.
What year is it from?
It is from 93.
That's why. That is quite old, actually.
That is, yes. Untapped target. We got actually quite a few. Like, this card is also from 93. God, the art on this. Look at that. Look at that art. So
when did
good.
Unlimited come out? Is this an Unlimited?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Void back in there. That's cool looking. Ooh. Sengrir Autocrat. You find some prisoners. Ooh. That's a big scary guy. Pyrokinesis. Moment's Peace. Oh, that's cool looking. Arrogant Worm. A Terramorphic Expanse. I think this is actually pretty decent. Sacrifice Terramorphic Expanse. Oh, it's just a fetch land. Never mind. I mean, it's still good, but like not.
Yeah, we have like 20 of them.
All right, so for one of our rares, we got a Conspicuous Snoop from M21. It's a little rogue goblin. Unnatural Selection. Choose a creature type other than wall. Target creature becomes that type until end of turn.
I see.
I didn't know wall was a creature type.
It is.
Echoes of Eons. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their libraries and then draw 7. Oh, so we're just gonna restart the game. We're just gonna.
Yeah.
Just gonna for six costs. We're gonna
cards. Yes.
Marchisa's Surprise Party. This is a secret mission. Start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. Before the game, secretly choose one of the following. During your end step, if you meet the condition, you may reveal your choice and turn this card face down. When you do, collect the reward. You've cast 3 or more spells this turn, and an opponent lost 6 or more life this turn. There are 9 or more cards in your graveyard. Reward, draw a card.
Okay.
What a delightful little card.
They're adding like objectives.
I kind of enjoy that. I kind of like the idea of an objective. All right, let's keep going. We got Mothers with Runes. Oh, fancy. Also from 1993. Banishing Stroke. Curious Obsession. Perilous Research. Fledgling Djinn. That's a cool looking card. Bone Shards. Changeling Berserker. Ricochet Trap. Hero's Bane. Noose Constrictor. Steel of the God. Oh my God, look at his little face. His little goggles. Or coins over his eyes. I can't really tell, actually. Timeless Dragon. Oh, that's beautiful. It's our rare. Flying, plane scaling, and Eternalize. Ooh. Limb Duel's Vault. Look at the top 5 cards of your library as many times as you choose. You may pay 1 life. Put those cards on the bottom of your library in any order. Then look at the top 5 of your library. Then shuffle and put the last cards you looked at this way on the top in any order. I would have to reread that a few times.
It lets you stack your deck.
Ah, is that what it's doing? Okay. Because it's what it sounds like it's doing, but I wasn't 100% sure.
It basically lets you sort of pick some cards to not shuffle back in and then put them on top of the reshuffle.
Got it. Makes you a cheater. No, I'm kidding. Hydroblast is our common. And then Runed Terror. What I've been really happy about so far is we haven't gotten any like duplicates of these cards.
I'm hoping they were careful about that.
I hope so too. I really hope so too. Because it would be a little bit like...
No, you didn't read Runed Terror.
Oh, did I?
You need to read all that.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was so much text. I was like, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, it's an elemental champion, and instead of taking a turn as normal, players take their phases sequentially. For example, you take your beginning phase as the active player. Then the next player in that order becomes the active player and takes their beginning phase.
Everybody does upkeep. Everyone gets main phase 1. Everyone gets attack step.
Okay, that is pretty great. That is actually great. When does it become normal?
What does it say?
That's what I'm looking. If this creature leaves the battlefield, the active player continues their turn as normal. Okay, so it doesn't become normal until this thing is gone.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's why I was like, no, you need to read
that was a good one. I'm sorry I didn't read that one. All right, let's keep going. Tharben Watcher, Traveling Minister, Azerite. Aetherize, I think is how that is. Stormbound Geist.
So you play Final Fantasy 14, you should be able to read the word Aether.
It's always weird. It always throws me off when they do it with the Greek AE. Because that's how they spelt it. Despondent. Oh my God, look at this card. It's so pretty. It's also from the 90s. Okay, I really need to get some sets apparently from the 90s. I will not because they're expensive.
Yeah.
They're really, really expensive.
Wait, hold up.
Blood Curdle, that's cool. Anger. Why is there a grave symbol next to the anger? Why is there... Okay, interesting. Somebody tell me in the comments why this card has the little grave there next to anger.
That's his name.
Okay, he's Grave Anger. Dragon Mage. Nice. We've got the Quirion Druid. The Silverglade Pathfinder, Cogwork Librarian. For our rare, we got a Shared Summons. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's a nice instant. Day of Judgment. Destroy all creatures. Just screw them. They're gone. It's a nice white removal card. Yep. Darkmoor Sorceress. Darkmoor Sorceress power is equal to the number of swamps you control. Okay. So if you have like a pure black deck, she could be really, really powerful. I love.
She get thick.
I will take a thick goth mommy. Luxor Ignited. All right, so this is a legendary artifact Planeswalker. Experiment Luxior. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on Luxior Ignited. +1. Attach this equipment to up to 1 target creature you control. For -2, the equipped creature gets +2/+2 and gains double strike until the end of turn. Interesting. All right. There we go. 2 more from this set, and then we'll be on to the final stack of the Mystery 2 boosters. I've really been enjoying these cards. I'm a bit sad that Magic has made it so that you could only get these by going to the con or Secret Lair. However,
stores are buying some of them.
I'm hoping stores buy some of them too, because honestly, if anything, I want to see stores do this as a draft.
I mean, that's sort of the idea.
Like, yeah, I want to see stores actually pick this up so that they can do it as a draft. Holy cow, that's cool. I like that. It's a beautiful card. Divided by 0. Zombie infestation. Oh my god, they're so grotesque. I love it. Dravel Rogue Mage. Ooh, nice. Thopter Engineer. A Bitter Reunion. Sheltering Word. Keen Senses. All right. Mystic Monastery, a nice land that enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap it to add a blue, red, or white. Hymns of the Wild. We got a nice mythic. It's a conspiracy. Start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 1 less, and you can't cast instants or sorcery spells. Oh. That's brutal.
Well, brutal, but you build your deck for it.
True. Kitchen Finks. So this is our white border. It's a green white. I don't think we've seen any like dual colors yet for these.
I would point out with that card. Andy,
yes, the Hymns of the Wilds. Yeah.
Remember, there are blue creatures that are flash and counter.
True.
So you could still build an entire creature deck.
You could.
With that.
Without having to worry about source. I think it's the counter spells that is the thing that like makes me.
But that's what I'm saying.
But the instants. You're right.
But instant flash is instant.
Yeah, flash is instant. So there would still be okay. You're right. So that you could just build around that.
Yeah, just build it with blue creatures that do the sorceries that you want, and you'll be fine.
Got it.
So I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, no, I think you've turned me on.
Because it makes everything in the deck -1.
Mm-hmm. Pretty nice, yeah. No, that is nice. Black Vise. As Black Vise enters, you choose an opponent, and that chosen player upkeep, Black Vise deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of cards in their hand -4. Oh my god, imagine if you had this on somebody who had an unlimited hand size and they happen to have like 20 cards because they've been yeah, exactly. All right. Oh my god. The Glade of pumped spells. I'm sorry, of just pumped spells. But it's still it's a tree with muscly branches. Mm-hmm. There's been so many like dudes flexing in these cards specifically. It's so funny. It's a land. You pay 3 to play this land you have to pay 3 to play this land as your land drop. It's green. When Glade of the Pumped Spells enters the battlefield, up to 1 target creature gets a +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. And then you can tap it to add 2. Okay, so holy cow, but it costs 3 to play in the first place. That is funny. All right, last one of the second round, and then we'll move into our final stack of cards to look at. And
but it taps for 2.
Yeah, it does tap for 2 still.
Okay.
The Near Heath Pilgrim. I really struggled that. Against all odds, Spell Stutter Sprite. Ooh, that's a beautiful looking piece of art. She's so pretty. We've got some Fairy Swarms. Lots of fairies in our blue this time. Zulport Cutthroat. Demir's House Guard. Ooh, I like him. He's kind of Necron-y. And or Tombs King-y. Forked Lightning. The Pyreheart Wolf. Argothian Elder. Fangern Marauder. Why are all these weird words suddenly? Inside Out. Path of Discovery. This is our rare. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it explores. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. And then put that card back or put it into your graveyard. Okay, so you could also use it to discard cards to like get rid of stuff I guess you don't want. Blazing Root Walla is our white border. It's a lizard. He gets +2/+0 until end of turn, active only once each turn, and he has Madness 0. I don't know what Madness does, but interesting. Power Matrix is our rare. It's our second rare. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying, first strike, and trample until the end of turn when this thing is tapped. Okay, not bad. Madlands! He's so angry. I'm an angry land mass. Madlands enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap him to add a black or a red. He's got Madness. If you discard this card, discard it into exile. When you do, play it for its Madness cost and put it into your graveyard. Or put it into your graveyard. And you can play a land only during your turn and only if you have available land. Play remaining. Okay. Our final stack. Let's go. I'm really impressed that so far we've had very few, if any, duplicates, including 0 duplicates in the white border and the playtest cards, which I'm just kind of surprised by. So I'm very impressed with that. I love this art. This is so good. Why do I love the 90s art so much? It's because it's watercolory / like colored pencil, and I have such a thing for that. I think that's also partially why I like the Bloomborough stuff so much, is because it also had a little bit of that vibe. Merfolk with the Pearl Trident. I think I see like the Professor. I know the Professor likes Merfolk a lot. Like he has a couple Merfolk decks, and I feel like I've seen this card in one of his decks. So that's kind of cool to just have. A Blood Speaker. Oh my god, that's kind of creepy. Vile Requiem. Ooh, enchantment during your upkeep. All right. I just really like the art on that. Like that's so honestly Warhammer. That's cool too. Dark Dweller Oracle, the Fanatic Mogus, Thin-Horned Elves, Armorcraft Judge. Nice. Ink Fathom Infiltrator. I admit, I do like the Merfolk cards. They are quite pretty. Woo! Gerst of the Hunger Tide. All right, so we got a Planeswalker and Mythic. As long as Gerst the Hunger Tide isn't on the battlefield, it's a 1/1 insect creature in addition to its other types. And then for +1, you can create a 1/1 black-green insect creature token, then mill a card. If the insect card was milled this way, put a loyalty counter on Gerst and then repeat the process. You may sacrifice a creature. When you do, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Okay. And then each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Oh my goodness. That could be very devastating depending on what your opponent is sitting at and what you were sitting at. So pretty cool planeswalker. We also got a rare Archon of the Emeria for our white border. Flying, players can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. And this only costs 3 to play. Non-basic lands your opponent control enter the... Oh my god, this card is brutal. Holy shit. I like him. We've also got Maddening Hex. Oh, another rare. So we got a mythic and 2 rares in this one. Holy cow, what a good pack. So Maddening Hex, it's an aura curse. Enchant player, whenever enchanted player casts a non-creature spell, roll a d6. Maddening Hex deals damage to that player equal to the result. So potentially 6 damage, but also potentially 1 damage. Then attach Maddening Hex to another one of your opponents chosen at random. Oh, this just keeps going around. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, and then for our final card for this pack, we have the Keeper of the Crown. He's an adventurer. He's a human noble. L can be paid with 1 mana from a legendary source. Okay. Other legendary creatures you control get +1/+1 and have indestructible. Coronation of the Wilds. For 3, it's a sorcery adventurer. Target creature you control becomes a legendary noble in addition to its other types and gains tap and add 1 mana of any color. Then you get to draw a card. All right. That is fun. That's a fun little card. I like that. I thought it was a good pack. That was a really good pack. Let's keep going though. We can't stop. We can't stop the hype train of opening more cards. It's such a delight for me, I will be honest. I can't help myself. All right, Ministrant of Obligation, Intangible Virtue, Pour Over the Pages, Rushing River. It's a kicker, nice. Noxious Ghoul. Oh, he's cool looking. I really like the colors of that card. Shambling Ghast. Oh, I think I remember this one actually from because it's a D&D card. Hatchet Bully. That looks cool. Falcon Wrath Celebrants. Aw. Vampires. Nice. They're having a good time. Heart Warden. Add 1 green mana to your mana pool. Man, the elves really do create just mana, don't they? I see why people really get into building those kinds of decks. I know there's a lot of, there's certain like creature types that end up getting built into decks a lot, like goblins, elves, merfolk, slivers, etc. But I never really like looked into the mechanics surrounding those cards and like what made them appealing. And I'm getting it. I'm definitely getting it. Warp and Vigor. Mountain Valley, nice mountain. This comes in tapped, and you can search your library for a mountain forest and put that into play afterwards. All right. Sublime Epiphany. So this is our rare. We've got a nice instant. Choose one or more. Counter target spell. Counter target activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Target player draws a card. I mean, I feel like in theory, you're going to do 4 out of the 5 of these every time you activate it. Or every time you use it. Because like I feel like you're going to use it to either counter a target spell or counter a target activated trigger or triggered ability. And then do the remaining 3 things that are below it. You'll like pick one of the first 2 and then do everything else below. Because why wouldn't you? Why would you not return a target non-land permanent to its owner's hand? I mean, I guess like maybe there's an instance where you wouldn't want to do that. But I feel like that's very, very, very situational depending on what's on your player's board or your opponent's board. Are you kidding me? A white bordered plains? Please tell me this is worth something. It's a snow. Are snow lands rare? I wonder if I'll have to ask Chaos Cultist when he comes back because I have no idea. Oh my God! We pulled a soul ring! That's so cool. I only see these in Commander. I feel like I only ever see these in Commander, so that is awesome to have pulled a soul ring. All right, well, we got a soul ring. This has been these last, let's see, we've opened 2 so far. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So these last 8 packs are so far being absolutely wild. All right, so we've got Audric Lunar Marquise. Are you a vampire? Oh, he's a human soldier. He kind of looked like he had fangs for a moment, so I thought he was a vampire, and I was like, wow, I like you. Okay, I still might like him. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain banding until end of turn. If a creature you control has banding, the same is true for Changeling, Devoid, Fear, Flanking, Horsemanship, Ingest, Intimidate, Landwalk, Shroud, Tantrum, Wither, and the active ability, sacrifice this creature and add a colorless mana. Hold on, I have to read that again. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain banding until the end of the turn. If I have a creature that has this ability. So basically, this guy seems to cause all of these various abilities to then spread across every card in my deck. Interesting. What an interesting card. Okay, let's keep going. We'll mosey on along to our 3rd pack and see what we get now. All right. Omen of the Sun. Stir the part. Oh my God. Angela, read. Focus. Read. Stir the pride. We're waking up the lions. Protect the negotiators. Rishand. Cut purse. Oh my God, she's so cool. Oh, she's a pirate. Lovely. Vendetta. Oubliette. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, I think I did though. Oubliette. We pulled a soul ring.
Nice.
Yeah, so
thank God, didn't have one of those.
It was really cool though. Okay, so like these 2 packs have actually been wild, and in one of them we got a mythic and 2 rares. Which was really cool. So Raging Minotaur, Fire Belly Changeling. He's so cute. Look, wait, hold on. Look how cute he is. He's so happy.
We didn't talk about Grist.
Oh yes, that was the mythic I pulled. So yeah, we pulled a Planeswalker. Then we got some rares in there. That was a good pack. Both of these packs so far have been really good.
Fair, most of them have been good packs.
Oh, I know, but those ones in particular I thought were just kind of wild. Kenrith's Transformation, Scurry Oak, Fenric Sliver. Oh, we really are getting a lot of slivers, which is pretty cool. Ooh. Showdown of the Scalds. So we got a Saga as one of our rares. I really like the art on it. It's very cool. You get to exile the top 4 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards And then for the second phase, whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Nice. And then 3 counter. Oh, on 2 and 3, you get to do this. Oh, that's really cool. All right, I like that. Dryad Arbor. It's our white. Oh, did you see my random snow plains?
Yes.
Is that rare? Like, is our snow plains like? Because I thought that was really weird. Relentless Assault is our rare future sight card. Untap all creatures that attack this turn after this after this main phase. There is an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. And then the rule with an even hand. I love her dual crown. She's Usagiing crowns, and I love it. Instead of having dumplings on her head, she just so perfect. Okay, conspiracy. At the start of the game, with this conspiracy face up, you can't attack with an odd number of creatures, and whenever you attack, double target creature's power until end of turn. All right, very strong. It's one of those conspiracy ones that you have to like have at the beginning, which is kind of cool. All right, we've got I believe 4. This is our. This is 5 packs left to go. So this is
we got a Dryad Arbor.
Yeah, which is pretty cool, right? A Karoo. When is this from? 1996. Excellent. Portable Hole. Laztoep Pleading. Arencius's Vile Duplication. Arencius's Vile Duplication, I think is how that's said. Strands of Night. He's got big hands. Oh my gosh. When is this from? 1997? Oh my gosh, he's corrupt. He's like a Space Marine scout. Corrupt deals 1 damage to target creature or player for each swamp I control. And then when Corrupt successfully deals damage to a creature or player, gain life equal to that damage. Honestly, not bad. Not bad indeed. Burning Cloak, being worn by a bullman. Again, where they went really bold with their text. That's so bizarre. Target creature gets +3. Oh, this is Titan Strength. Okay, I think I've seen this card before. Brood Monitor. He's so cute. Vines of Vastwood. The Gold Vine Pick. Our rare is Golgari Grave Troll. He's a troll skeleton. He enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it for each creature in my graveyard. And then for 1 mana, I can remove a +1/+1 counter from him to regenerate this character. And then he's got Dredge 6. I don't know what Dredge does. Skyclave Apparition is our rare for our white border. Very cool. Ooh, Spike Weaver. Another rare. It's a 0/0, but it looks like it gets pluses. That's really neat. And then Mother Yamazaki. She made us a pie. She's a human samurai. Partner with itself. When this enters, target player may put Mother Yamazaki into their hand from their library, then shuffle. A commander deck can include 2 of this card, and they can be your commander. As long as you control exactly 2 permanents named Mother Yamazaki, the legend rule does not apply to them. And samurai you control get +2/+2 and have vigilance and haste. So so if you ever want to build a samurai deck, I feel like she's what you should be running based on that. Restoration Specialist. Standard Bearer. I do love a good Standard Bearer. Tala's Researcher. Is that just like, can we please focus on the alligator like shark thing that's up there and just suspended from the ceiling by rope? I love it. That's such a good card. I don't care what it does. It's a good card. Reality Shifts, Zulaport Enforcer, Phyraxian Gargantua. Alrighty, Sabertooth Wyvern. Oh my goodness. Flame Elemental, Diligent Farmhand, Winding Way, Decanter of Endless Waters. Just making sure that wasn't a rare. Yosei the Morning Star. So we got a legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. Flying, when Yosei the Morning Star dies, target player skips his or her next untap step. Ooh. Tap up to 5 target permanents that player controls. Hello, you don't get to tap. Here's all these things that I'm going to tap for you that you can't untap. Environmental Sciences as our white border. We got a Goblin Recruiter with some delightful, like, folklore style art, I feel like. Like, that's really cute. I like that. And then finally, Bolt Fire as our white border. Bolt Fire deals 2 damage to any target. Flash forward for 6 or for 5. You may cast this card from exile for... Okay, that's what Flash forward is, where you can cast it from exile. Neat. All right, we got 3 packs left. Let's see what else we get. Still very, like, no duplicates as far as I can really tell. Parava the Steel Legion. You're confronted by a robber. That's cool. Ledgermane. Dude, the art on these is just... Oh, the art on these is so good. That one's cool. And brutal. Foulmire Knight. Very nice. A nice zombie. Tiblet. Or Tybalt. Sorry, I always say his name wrong. One of our D&D friends. I've gotten him before. And the ones that I said that I've gotten before are only because I've actually purchased those sets. But a lot of these I don't have the cards for. So these are all, like, brand new to me. Thermo Alchemist. Ooh, that's a cool looking card. Look at that, like, Hydra. Wasteland Viper. Neat. Burning Tree Emissary. That's a cool looking one. Plague Engineer as our rare. It's got Death Touch. I do love Death Touch. Ooh. Okay, so we got a legendary creature, Dinosaur Hippo, for our white border. Karuga the Macro Sage. Companion. I think Companion is one of those, like, rule sets that people weren't super fond of, right?
Is Companion the one where you can have 2 commanders?
I think so. Your starting deck contains only cards with mana value of 3 or greater and land cards. So no, that's different. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure of, like, the specifics of Companion. Ooh, Miri's Guile. It's a rare. It's an enchantment. In the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top 3 cards of your library and put them back in any order. Okay, it's not bad. And then Value Town Adventure. This is a land. Value Town enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it for a blue or a red. And then take a trip to, for 6 mana, Sorcery Adventure. Draw 2 cards. This spell deals 2 damage to each opponent. Then exile this card. You may play the land later from exile. Okay, so you'll want to cast that first as its sorcery and then bring it in as the land. It's very nice. I think we saw 2 cards that we've seen another playtest card that was a similar concept where I believe you could bring it in as a land later if you wanted. From exile. Rebuff the Wicked. Burnaton Forge Tender. My goodness.
Dinosaur Hippo?
Yeah, right? He's a weird one. Striped Riverwinder. Neutralizer. A Wall of Corpses. Bastion of Remembrance. Hoarding Ogre. That's me. I'm a hoarding ogre. Ire Shaman. One with Nature. Orachi Egg Watcher. We've got a Worn Power Stone. Ooh, this might be... Worn Power Stone comes into play tapped. You can tap it to add 2 colors mana to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source. Another one of those stones or whatever.
Yep.
Blatant Thievery. Stitcher's Supplier. I do like that. Aether Vial. And then Goblin.
Ha.
It's a mountain shaped like a goblin. Goblin isn't...
That is some Munchkin level.
It's so cute. Goblin isn't a spell. It's affected... Wait, Goblin isn't a spell. It's affected by Summoning Sickness, and it has tap and add fire. Goblin can't block. All right, very well.
Lands aren't spells.
Well, he's a land creature.
Yeah,
so
but they're saying for the sake of, like, stack and countering.
I understand. All right, guys.
That's amazing.
Here it is. You would allow that? Yeah. Good. Well, I want to play. I want us to construct something from these. Absolutely. All right, guys. So here is the final Mystery 2 booster pack. I hope
What
that you...
will it contain?
What will it contain? Will it be something crazy, or will it just be a good pull? Like, oh, it's got a spirited companion with a little Shiba Inu. Oh my goodness. Okay, well,
She's
that's
happy.
Moment of Triumph, Hailmar Depths, Snap. Instant. Return target creature to owner's hand, untap up to two lands. Up to 2 lands. That's, honestly not bad. You could just basically play this spell and then untap the 2 lands that you used to pay this spell if you really wanted to or something. Gloomsar Terror. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. Alrighty. I want to know what set was just an X. Like, it's just the set number or the set symbol is just a big X. It threw me off because I thought it was saying like X, like...
Well, very early. It's from 93.
Okay. Very cool. We've also got Invigorated Rampage, Boarding Party, Incremental Growth, Jewel Thief, very cool, Crackdown Construct, Murderous Rider. He's so cool. I do like a good zombie knight. He is our rare. We also got Ishorn the Scepter for our final white border. So imprint, when Ishorn Scepter enters the battlefield, you may exile an instant card with mana value 2 or less from your hand. You can also spend 2 mana and tap this card, and you may copy the exiled card that you did. And if you do, you may cast that copy without paying its mana cost. So potentially could be very powerful. Ooh!
Sounds happy.
Well, we got a mythic legendary creature human artificer named Urza, Lord High Artificer. So he's definitely a commander. When Urza, I think I've heard the name.
Yes,
like
there's a set named after him.
I thought so too. Okay, so when
Urza's Legacy?
Yes, something like that. When Urza, Lord High Artificer, enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control.
Mm-hmm.
Tap an untapped artifact you control and add a blue mana. And then for 5, you can shuffle your library, then exile the top card. Until the end of your turn, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. So he's a very good if you're playing an artifact deck. Yep, it seems like he's like what you're doing.
Cycling it too.
And for our final playtest card, still not a duplicate of anything we've gotten previously, which is great. We've got Dwarven Confluencer. You tap him, and you get to destroy a non-token land. Its controller creates a mana confluence token instead. It's a land with tap and pay 1 life and add 1 mana. Oh my god. This little bastard will destroy your mana and make you pay a life to use it going forward. That is beautiful. Honestly, really...
Is that the only foil card in all the box? That blue card?
This one? No, I don't...
Where are the others?
You know what? Maybe it was.
Because I'm literally digging through the decks or all the separated cards right now. And out of the boosters...
Okay, yeah, actually...
I think that was the only foil.
Okay, I think you're right. So yeah, I think this...
And if I'm wrong, there's not many others, because I've searched at least 2 colors so far and found none.
I agree. So this is I'm curious what he's worth. If anything, yeah, because he's specifically for the mystery booster. He's got the little...
I'll take a look later.
The little symbol for that and everything. But honestly... that was awesome. I really hope that you guys enjoyed me taking a look at the Mystery Booster 2 set that came in the Magic the Gathering Secret Lair MagicCon drop that they did. I don't normally like to do the Secret Lair drops because I find that they run out really fast and I don't really like that vibe that the Magic has been going with them. But the fact that this has been still available as of filming this has been, I think, a really nice just change of pace for Secret Lairs. And if you get a chance to get one of these for yourself, I don't know about like the actual value of the cards that you're getting in the set or anything like that, but I think it's been pretty fun to open. And I think these would make for an absolutely amazing draft opening, which I do know is the intention with them, because like I said, the only way you can get these is either by buying this or going to a convention, and you can't even buy the booster box at the convention. The only way to get the cards at the convention is by participating in one of the drafts that they do using the set. So literally they have very explicitly designed it for drafting. And at least based off of what we've pulled with like the distribution of all of the various colors and all that kind of stuff, I actually do think of all of the other sets that I've seen, like just opening play boosters, that this does feel like a very good draft pack. And I'm not even a big fan of necessarily doing a draft because I don't feel like I'm very good at it, but I do think this would be really fun to do with. So if you get the opportunity, I hope that you have fun with it. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for liking. And before I head out, I do want to give a final thank you, not only to my YouTube members, but also my patrons for making it so content like this can continue to happen. Without your guys' support, we just would not be able to do this. So genuinely, thank you very, very much. I have been Angela. Thank you so much to the Chaos Cultist for hanging out with me while I open these packs. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful hobby night.